Good afternoon and welcome to this learning video in Excel. I'm sure you've used the VLOOKUP and the HLOOKUP functions frequently in your worksheets. However, are you aware that there is a newer function now called the XLOOKUP function? It has a little bit more flexibility. That's what we're going to take a look at in this example. Before I go and talk about the XLOOKUP, let's just give you an example of a VLOOKUP, where you can see right here I have an employee's name. It was grabbed from this big list here, and you'll see that the array is called data, which I know that by going to the range name and seeing that it highlights the entire table. Then I will also see that the third argument is the number 2, and that's because the employee is in the second column, and that's what it will grab, the information from the second column based on what is in the first argument, which is what to look up. And the reason why it has the word false here is because there has to be an exact match, and if there's not an exact match, it will not return any entry in the list. Okay, that is called the VLOOKUP. Now let's talk about the XLOOKUP. The XLOOKUP function allows us to find data values in a table or a range by row or by column, and it will take up to 6 arguments, of which the first 3 are required. So in this example, I am right here in F4. I want to know what the employee name is based on the extension that I typed in the cell right above it. So I will use the XLOOKUP function to perform that. And here it goes, equal XLOOKUP. I will click on this cell because that's the value that I'm looking up, the extension. And then I am going to use the range name of extension. I will type in the word extension. You'll see that it highlighted, and that's because I defined it over here in the range name box, comma. Second argument is going to be the employee range. So it's going to return what's in column C based on what it found in the previous range, which is the phone extension. And by the way, I called that employee. As you can see, it became highlighted as soon as it recognized the name. Now, what if it doesn't find any employee based on the phone extension that I typed in? Meaning I typed in an invalid extension. Well, I want to put in the words not found, and I enclose that within double quote marks. So there are the 4 arguments. I don't need a match mode or a search mode. I can explain that in a later video. So now I just type in my closing parenthesis, press enter, and let's see if 4717 is indeed Miss Newton. So here we go, 4717, and I can find it right there. So it worked. Now I'm going to change the extension to a different number. I'll choose 4766, and it should bring back Eduardo Austin. 4766, press enter, and there it is, it worked. So that's called the XLOOKUP function. Stay tuned for some other upcoming videos where I can show you a lot of things about Microsoft Office. Thank you and good day.